All right, everybody, welcome back to this Megadeth journey we've been on. We entered the 2000s last time with the kind of shitty album, of course, with The World Needs a Hero, but now things are kind of back to what they should be here with 2004's The System Has Failed. Very cool album cover, always like Vic Rattlehead on there. Um, sentencing all these, politicians and world leaders and stuff on there. Bill Clinton's on there, Hillary Clinton, George Bush, all that. So always thought that was a cool cover. Kind of the apocalypse going down. You can see on the back there too, with Vic Rattlehead, up in the sky there. Very cool album cover. Probably one of my favorite album covers of theirs. Especially one of their better ones in the past, decade or two. But yeah, this album, we see the return of Chris Poland on guitar. So very welcome addition to kind of get things back on track with these guys after their kind of experimental phase there in the late 90s. So let's kick this thing off here with Blackmail the Universe. Such an awesome song. One of the best ones off here, right off the bat. Amazing track. I love the energy of this one. I love the vocals from Dave on here are amazing. It's great to hear Chris Poland back in here shredding along with Dave, and just very awesome. And I love kind of the time changes too. Pretty intricate stuff going on here right off the bat as well. And just near the end, the chorus of "Blackmail the Universe." I mean, just such a badass melody there too. That's got that chugging on going behind it and everything. So, Blackmail the Universe right off the bat is a massive win. And then we go with probably my second favorite off here, and we're talking about "Die Dead Enough." Man, this one is hooky as can be. It's got, again, the vocal work on here is awesome, and the production is awesome on here. I really like, whether it's a layering of vocals or background vocals that Dave uses a lot on here, like in particularly on the chorus of this track. There's just an awesome extra feel to it, and probably one of the hookiest choruses off here, and I love how things kind of take a shift. Again, kind of near the end where it gets more of like a chuggy kind of feel to it and a little bit of a darker tone on the track itself. But this is a top tier Megadeth track for me. "Die Dead Enough" is just unbelievable. One of the best off here. It's hard to even say it's my second favorite. Sometimes it wants to creep up into the first favorite spot. But as of the day, I'm going to say it's probably my second favorite off here. Then we go with track number 3 with "Kick the Chair." Such an aggressive track right off the bat. This one is kind of like the title track in a way, because it says in the song "The System Has Failed," and it's talking about a lot of that and a lot of the corruption and stuff, as far as again the government, world leaders, and all that goes. And it's just like such a again the aggression's back on here, and Chris Poland does a killer solo on this one. I love the just the speed of this one, and the that kind of those shreddy solos and the speed behind them are back, unlike kind of what we've been hearing on these past few albums. So very cool. "Kick the Chair" is one of my favorites off here as well. Then we go with the one that is my favorite, and it's been my favorite off this album for a long time. We're talking about "The Scorpion." Come on, man, this thing is just wow. You get kind of this little spoken word intro part going on, and things just rip into it with just such a badass riff and heavy riff going on with these little palm mutes going on in between the licks, and the lyrics are awesome on here. "Look deep into my soul, it's as black as coal, like a bullet hole." Just very cool lyrics. And even as I climb onto your back, I promise not to sting. I'll tell you what you want to hear and not mean anything. Such badass lyrics, right? And just this track is just top of the line. One of my favorite Megadeth songs ever. "The Scorpion" is no doubt about it. I love this one. Then we go with "Tears in a Vial," which I forgot just how damn good it was. Really good track here that has some time changing going on, and it kind of gives you a feel of a, kind of reminded you of some of the, and really a lot of this album too reminds me a lot of stuff maybe off Rust in Peace in a way. Obviously not as like speedy as Rust in Peace, but I mean there's some pretty quick sounding stuff on here. And Tears in a Vial is a really, really cool one. Again, one that I kind of forgot just how much I liked. I like the chorus on this one. I like the kind of shake up there. We get another cool time change, a couple time changes. And it's just a really, really badass track. Then we go with the little interlude here, I Know Jack, which is kind of talking about Jack Kennedy for a second there, whatever. And then it leads right into track number 7 with Back in the Day. This one is a pretty damn fast one. This one kind of reminds me of like of almost like Take No Prisoners in a bit, like kind of the speed and the tempo of this one, and again that kind of aggressive just approach on here, and I really like the guitar work on here, just the back and forth shredding in that middle section there during the solo. And this is another one that I kind of forgot about, but it's really, really freaking good. So then we go with track number 8, Something That I'm Not. And I'm trying to see which of these would be my... I wouldn't say that's my least favorite off here. This one kind of is a little bit lower on the spectrum here as far as my favorites go, but it's an incredible song. So no slight to it. I mean, you've got, again, hooky chorus. It's like they brought that stuff, the kind of more commercialized, recognizable kind of choruses from that mid-90s era and mixed it in with the more thrashier side of the early 90s, late 80s stuff. And that's been prevalent on a lot of these tracks here, as well as this one with Something That I'm Not. Really cool lyrics here again as well. Then we go with Truth Be Told. And this is another sick one, man. I might say that's my least favorite off here. It's really hard to say. It might be this one. It's either this one or maybe Something That I'm Not. I don't know. It's pretty, again, this is such a tough one for me. And of course, when I say least favorite, I mean besides the 2 little interludes that go on here. But Truth Be Told is a really awesome song. Truth Be Told, it's a great song, right? It's just whenever it's stacked up against a lot of this other amazing stuff, it's hard to really pick a least favorite, right? But again, I do like this song a lot. Another one that's got some pretty cool lyrics in it and some cool moments going on. Then we go with Of Mice and Men, which is, I've always loved this song. This one kind of has probably one of the more commercial sounding choruses too, but it's heavy as hell. And it's really, really hooky. I mean, it starts off kind of with like a muted sound of that chorus going on. And I just really, really like this one, kind of going through, lyrics kind of going through the ages of Dave's 20s, I guess, kind of talking about it. And then that chorus, again, is just something. It's give it a chef's kiss there, because that thing is unbelievable. One of my favorites off here, no doubt in my mind. It always has been. Of Mice and Men is another must-have Megadeth tune. Then we go with another little interlude here with Shadow of Death, which it kind of has this, kind of spoken word stuff going on and like a little bit of an instrumental solo and all that. But then it leads to the closing track with My Kingdom. And this is such a badass song. I think it was a great way to close it. It kind of closes it here with another kind of chunky riff sound, and chugging along type one, kind of more in the vein of like the Scorpion off here. It kind of has that kind of vibe to it, as far as it not just ending on like a really speedy kind of track. It ends on one of them kind of more chuggier tunes with this track. And I like the lyrics on this one. I like the way it ends. It's a powerful tune and a really great way to close out this thing. My Kingdom is a badass song. That was another one I forgot just how much I liked. So yeah, hell of a closer off of this amazing album. The System Has Failed, and just what a great return to form here for the guys. Of course, Chris Poland wouldn't last very long till he would be out of the picture again on our next album, which is United Abominations in 2007. So again, kind of a different different direction the band's going to take. So I'm definitely interested to listen through that one again coming up. It's been a while since I've heard that one, but this album right here, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. Are you as big of a fan of The System Has Failed as I am? Because I've always really, really appreciated and loved this album, especially the first time years ago when I was listening through all the Megadeth stuff, kind of in order, and it was a breath of fresh air. And it was a breath of fresh air again, we're going through them again and having to sit through that BS of freaking The World Needs a Hero. And even though I liked Risk and some of that stuff, it does feel good to get back to just that thrashy, heavy, aggressive sounding Megadeth. So I'd love to hear your guys' comments on this one and what you guys think about this. So be sure to do that. Give this thing a like. Give my channel a subscribe, please. I would love, the more you guys subbing on here, the more guys, the more of you we can kind of interact with down there and everything. And especially, I love to see when you guys kind of follow along with me on these little journeys here we're taking, and love to hear stories about your experiences with these albums, some of your favorite, not so favorite stuff. So yeah, please comment down there, give it a like, give it a subscribe, do all that good stuff, and stay tuned for the next time when we look at United Abominations. Thanks, guys.